time to deliberate?
I wanted to sort of perhaps defend what we did. I'm a little bit surprised looking at what the other team produced. In that bottle, it's just a regular feeding liquid.
I am not consulting you over the reason why they have won. You understand? I'm here to talk about why you lost. Okay, so forget about them and talk about this.
I must admit, you know, we took a risk. We went for something that looks and feels very different to what people have seen before, but we did that for a reason. Lots of companies launch very similar Me Toos, but they don't have any success because it's just another
But this is a
copycat.
This is a Me Too that I would expect to find in a car accessory shop as a degreaser. This does not lend itself to somewhere in the kitchen or the bathroom. Who designed this label? You and him, right? Yeah? I mean, who is this on here? Posh Spice? Who is it? Who's it meant to be?
It's meant to be the Germinator character. Looking at the products in the supermarket, you know, I really felt we wanted something that would visually stand out.
It would stand out in the car accessory department. And if you did your market research properly in the supermarket, you would have seen that most of the colours of bottles of this stuff are pastel-y and light shades.
Our focus group also led back to pastel colours and light shades as well, which is something interesting to know.
Yeah, they said yellow.
When we got back and we were talking about colours, nobody mentioned that somebody in the focus group had mentioned yellow.
We told you exactly what we found out from our pages.
You didn't, and Laura here is agreeing with me.
She said yellow.
Sorry.
Chris, do I get the feeling that you took the helm on this thing here once you had this Germinator idea? It was just taking no notice of anything else. I'm just going gung-ho and I'm going to do it.
I wouldn't say it was like that at all. You know, I've presented an idea which has failed and I'll fully accept responsibility for that, but at least I'm providing an idea.
And to back up Chris as well, I did have an idea of the whole Hasta La Vista gravy thing, which was incorporated, so I obviously wouldn't have done that if I wasn't happy with the brand.
I think the problem here is that the product got lost in the process.
Definitely. I mean, what you were doing was focusing on an advert which you wanted to make people laugh, wanted to be funny, wanted to be memorable, and forgot the product. You know, the Titanic won 12 Oscars. It wasn't a good advert for cruise ships, was it? Yeah. And you're cleaning gravy with something called Germinator. So you kind of half-heartedly, through the young boy, say, oh, and it's killed the influenza bug also at the same time.
And worse than that, as a parent myself of young kids, I'd certainly be looking at the back where it says keep product out of reach of children.
Yeah, having a boy is just a no-go area on a product like this.
I mean, in our defence, we did want to stress.
Yeah, it's an irritant. I mean,
the kid hands it over
doing
to
a bloody
the dad
good job
who
irritating me at the moment, to be quite honest.
Yeah, okay.
You can't deny that's something that really worried me. I read that and I said we should scrap the advert.
Laura, and you were right to bring that up.
Laura, you keep saying I discussed it with Alex about the kid, so why didn't we shut it down?
I don't think Alex will disagree that I stressed again and again and again my worries about this, but I wasn't allowed involvement in the TV advert.
So where was your input into this? Doesn't seem like there was any. It seems like you're being a little bit quiet and feeble and standing back and doing nothing, really.
No, I have to stress that I have asked for a lot more involvement in this than I have received. Every idea I had...
Laura had an angry attitude all day.
I was so...
Well.
No, I was frustrated, Alex. You weren't listening. Both times
You were angry.
No,
and,
because both
you know,
times, Alex, I stressed to you that I would be the
when
right
you were trying
person
to write your pitch, to me, Laura wasn't trying to be helpful. She was like shouting at you and shouting different things at you instead of actually trying to help you.
Because what you wrote was not going to work.
One thing, you know, I heard when I spoke to the advertising agency this morning is that you did a very good pitch there, Sandish. So it's about one of the first time I've heard something positive. You know, they said it was very, very good.
Sandish and Laura put themselves forward, you know, to do the pitching. I think Sandish, you know, was really, really enthusiastic and really wanted to sort of step up.
She delivered a good pitch.
And she did,
right,
yes.
Okay. Who are you bringing back in the boardroom, Alex?
Well, you know, I believe the failure of this task very much seems to lie around the TV ad. And, you know, the two other people who were involved in that were myself, Sandish and Chris, and those are the people...
Well, you just said she did a good job for you.
She did a good job in the pitch,
you just said you relied upon her.
I'm disappointed. Laura did a good job earlier in the day. You know, I'm not saying Laura didn't do a good job. I'm just... But the reason I'm choosing Sandish is because during that focus group, It was mentioned that
There were
yellow would have been a
there
good
were three
colour,
of us in the
and nobody...
focus. Hold on, there were
Alex,
three
can
of
I
us
just
in the
say,
focus
to be
group, and
honest,
Chris
I
said
understand you bringing
red.
me in here, but bringing her in here when Paddy the Pitch was the only good thing in
I
the whole
don't really
thing was a bit
understand
of a
that
joke,
at all.
to be perfectly honest.
You just sat here and said to me that you knew that somebody had mentioned yellow, but
We
you never
mentioned
offered that.
pastel colours, and you
You
said
did not
yes, we
mention
did.
that.
And yes, we
Those
did.
are my
And
choices.
You said
Well, Alex, you're not good at choosing concepts, you're not good at choosing ideas, but I would say this to you, Laura, that frankly you're getting away scot-free. I think I've had enough of listening to you about, you know, not being given the opportunity to do this, not being given the opportunity to do that. You two people, back to the house.
Thank you, Richard.
Right, I'm going to have a consultation with Karen and Nick on this, so I'd like you to step outside. I hope he's bringing people back in this boardroom for the right reasons. And listen, I'm not a great fan of Sandish.
She did a good pitch, but actually her contribution to this task was less than anybody else.
Yeah, well, I think Chris should have supported Alex, not the other way around. He's an investment banker. What does he know about it?
Well, I'll get him back in.
Hello?
Yes, send 3 of them in, please.
You go through to the boardroom now.
You know, throughout the course of the last few weeks, I've heard people say about you, Alex, that you've always got some good ideas, and yet when it comes to this task, in what you do for a day job, it's gone wrong.
I'll agree, it was quite a challenge in terms of managing all the timings and being super creative at the same time. I think I did manage the task well.
You didn't manage the task well, Alex. You didn't.
In my day job, I am a marketing manager, I'm not a creative. So I would argue that, you know, I am skilled in managing a team of people. I delegated effectively.
Have you ever heard the expression pouring more oil on the fire?
I have, yeah.
And what you've just said to me is, that's what I actually do. I'm not creative, I manage people. And the point I've just made to you is that you didn't manage well. You didn't manage well. You know, Laura was complaining, although for some reason has become an ally of yours and has got nothing good to say about you in this particular instance.
Because yesterday Laura was in a bad mood. She was very, very angry. But a lot of what she did was very, very good in terms of the brainstorming. You know, I can't say Laura did a bad job yesterday.
How can you not bring somebody in who you said you sidelined from doing anything productive throughout a whole day?
Not the whole
and then
day.
you don't bring them into the boardroom
for the
at the end of
pitch,
it. You bring in 2 people who did a lot more than she did.
But the reason you're both here is, you know, we failed because of our TV ad.
It didn't fail just on the basis of the TV advert. It failed on the basis of that thing, first of all.
That's right.
And it failed on the fact that the content of the advert did not portray the bullet points of the product. The actual advert itself wasn't that bad. What was bad was that the message wasn't there.
Well, all the things you said there, those were